Hello everyone, my name is Ultimate Camera Gaming, that's a penguin, and this is how to make a realistic looking mountain, like this one here, using a few plugins on the server. The plugins that you'll need for this are Voxel Sniper, Essentials, World Edit and World Guard, and the download for all those will be in the description. And using those four tools, there's quite a lot of things you can make. So you saw the mountain. You can also do a nice tree like this, or an arc, which also looks really nice. So now, an arc. Sorry, an arch. But there is some few settings that you have to set up, that you have to use before you can just build these things in the config, and Beast is here to tell you what's changed for those.
Well, there's not that much to do. In World Guard, there's a few config settings you want to do, because obviously the leaves will decay naturally in Minecraft, so you want to turn that off. You'll also probably want to turn off snow melting if you want to do nice mountains like that, and various other settings like vine growth. It should be fairly obvious if you just go into World Guard settings.
Alright, hopefully all of those will appear on your screen. So, start building this mountain. But the tools that you'll need with these plugins are right here. So we've got the one for Voxel Sniper, which is an arrow. This is basically for making spheres. This, the compass just lets you teleport to places by left clicking on where you want to go. And you can also go through blocks if you right click, but there's no blocks here to demonstrate. Oh, I guess I'll just do that. Like that. And then we've got the Voxel Sniper Tool 2, gunpowder, and that just does the opposite whatever you've set the arrow to. Now that'll become obvious what it does later. The World Edit tool, which is the axe, which is used for selecting 2 points in the world to change the block off, or whatever you want to do with World Edit. And this tree tool, you right click on the ground when you've done a setting, a slash whatever.
Where you type /tree.
Yeah.
And then when you right click on it,
you right click and it'll make a tree. Like that. So the first step for making a mountain is just the general shape of it using stone. To set that up, you're gonna have the arrow selected in your toolbar, and you're gonna go /B space B. Now that's /B for brush, and then B makes it a ball or a sphere. Then
I just want to point out that all the tools, I know they've got names here, but I've just named them. So if you just spawn in any arrow, that'll work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So then, to make the ball stone, we have to go /V space stone. You can put in the ID of it as well, so you can put what you want in and that'll still work. And then to change the size of the ball, we do /B space, and whatever the size you want. I'm just going to do it 12. So for example, right click, oh god, this is where the compass comes in handy, and we make a 12 radius, is it? Is it radius so. 12?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, but it's because it has to be even.
Yeah.
Odd side.
So then, if you want to undo this, you just type /U, and that'll get rid of that. And if you've done 2, and you've got a nice pair of titties, then you want to get rid of both of them at the same time. You can do /2 space 0. Oh no, space /U space 2. And that's the same for however many things you've placed, and the number is just how many things you want to go back in.
And so unlike World Edit, that works even if you've after you've logged out. But it does have a limit to how many times you can use it. So if you do about 1 million different things, then you're screwed really.
So we just get on with building this mountain. Alright, so this will just be time lapse, and we'll be right back.
So up to here, what you're going to do is go up to about the height you want of the mountain, and by right clicking with the arrow tool is going to place the spheres for you. And for the mountain, I'd recommend just going out in a nice diagonal pattern like that of roughly what you want to do, and then we're just going to fill in the corners a bit, but not too much, because you'll be modifying that next. So when you've got the basics like that, maybe you want to go a little bit higher on all the edges here. And that's all you need to do. Right, I know now it looks absolutely nothing like a mountain, but the next tool is where we do all the real editing.
Right, so now we're going to make our brush a bit smaller. So we're going to do /B space, what do we have, like 6?
8.
8, alright. And we're just going to fill in all these little cracks with stone, just to make the shape a bit nicer. Now when I change my speed, when I did /speed, what plugin is that from?
Essentials.
Alright, so that was just to make my flying speed quicker so I can show you all the way around the mountain. Now we're just going to fill in all the gaps and we'll speed this bit up again. Okay, so now that you've got the kind of general shape of the mountain, hopefully yours will look less like a phallic object, we can start making it look a bit more realistic. So for this, the two tools that we use are called melting and eroding, and the melting just like melts away the blocks, and if you use the gunpowder it makes them come out, so that's where the gunpowder shows how it's different, and Beast down here is trying to show us how to do it, but my lovely chunks are just not playing.
Right, so first of all I'd use the arrow to kind of get it into a mountainy shape. Just smooth all the edges a bit. Don't worry about the big phallic object in the middle, but you just get it into a general shape. It's still not going to look much like a mountain. It's the gunpowder tool where it becomes more important next, after we've shaved it a bit.
Right, so you just saw there me putting the command in for the melt, and it was just /B space E space melt, and we'll just speed this bit up again. Okay, so now what Beast is doing is using the gunpowder tool to like backwards melt, if you catch my drift. So it's bringing blocks out instead of pushing them back in like this.
Okay, so this bit is probably going to take the largest amount of time, still not too much, but it's also going to really give the mountain its shape. So what I'm doing first is going along the very bottom, going up in layers to do it basically. And it actually makes quite a big difference at the angle you're looking at it. So at the moment I'm just bringing everything out to make it look quite mountainy, and then I'll go up and we'll do it from there. Occasionally you can do this tool a bit too much, and there are ways to fix that. We'll go over it after we finish making the general shape. Right, what you want to do mainly is look side onto the block and bring it out by moving backwards, where you don't actually have to move backwards, but it kind of makes sense to. And it's gonna move. It's like pulling the blocks out of the mountain, and by doing this, it's creating the nice natural layers of it. And you're gonna go down, and if you can see here, it's gonna like pull out the mountain like this. And then you can do it for the bit above, and it's going to create slightly flat bits, and those flat bits are really nice for later when we want to decorate it a bit. It's quite nice to have different gradients and different kinds of landscape all across the mountain to make it look very natural. So you have to be careful not to overdo it in lots of places, and also to make it very natural. In a later stage we'll show you how to use a different tool called the random erode brush if things start to look too natural, and that'll come with another brush called the right, I forgot the name of the brush, but we'll go over at a later stage how to use those two brushes as a pair, and it's going to create the mountain to make natural contours and stop. Because where are you?
Right.
I don't know if you can see here, but you get a very unnatural effect if you do this. So we use the two tools to make it look a lot more natural after we've made the shape.
So now you can see that we're just trying to bring the mountain up to the top of this pillar of spheres. So to do that you can just stand near the bottom or fly near the bottom, hold your click or keep clicking, whatever you prefer, while looking down, and you'll just build the stone up like this.
As you can see, almost 90% of the time you'll make a mountain and you actually won't make it high enough, and that's gonna obviously you're gonna have to build more just using the bore tool, switching between them. But this time we've made it way too tall, so you could use the bore brush and set the material to 0, or you could just erode it all the way away. And that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just using the melt tool and using arrow instead of gunpowder now, and that's just melting it away. Yeah.
Next we're going to smooth the mountain. As you can see, there's lots of jagged edges like here, mainly around the bottom of the mountain. To do this you do /B space E space smooth, and that'll set your arrow and your gunpowder to smooth. But when you do this excessively, it does create a unnatural effect. So after this we're going to show you another tool to use which can make it look more natural again. So as you can see here, we've overdone it deliberately to show you how to sort it out if you do it too much. So it really doesn't look very natural at all. Oops, I've dropped my arrow. So it doesn't look very natural at all here because it's all flat. Well, in a diagonal flat way, if you get what I mean. So to do the random erosion, we're going to do /B space RE. And now you just do the same to right click, and this will randomly erode.
The brush is huge.
Oh yeah, isn't it? So obviously you can do /U.
Do like 10.
Yep. And then that brings back the stuff that you've just deleted. So I'm going to change my brush size to what, 6?
Yeah, that's why I got mine on.
And we'll be right back when we finish this.
Okay, so even now I'm still switching between brushes quite a lot, and the melt tool is going to be your main tool, and even after you've smoothed it out and everything, you're still probably not going to be happy with the product, and you just want to melt it out. And it's always just looking at the block you want and bringing it out and making the nice almost flat bits, and that's really nice for when you do trees and decorations. So make sure you have enough bits where you can build and it's not too jagged all the time, and just make sure you keep your gradient at the bottom of the hill fairly low. because else you're not going to be able to decorate it as well.
Okay, so now we're quite happy with the general shape of the mountain. I think it looks quite realistic. So we're going to cover the top layer in grass. And to do that, first you're going to have to do /B space over and then space D1. D1 just means so it's only one layer. Then we're going to...
D stands for depth.
Depth, indeed. Then we're going to set the brush to be grass. So /V space grass, and because we're just covering the whole mountain, we're going to make a big brush size of about 20.
It'll give you a warning.
Yeah, it does give you a warning. Alright, so let's
That's
start with this.
Okay, so now we've completely made the mountain out of grass and stone on it. It's looking quite nice now, but we want snow at the top, and you don't have to have snow, but it always looks nice. So we're going to do, it's a word command. We're going to type //snow in the command, and then space, and then the radius you want. This is a fairly large mountain, so I'm going to use a radius of 20. Like that. Make sure you stand at the top, and that's going to make the simulate snow for the top of the mountain. Now if you don't like that, like it's too big, you type //undo because it's world edit rather than voxel snipes, and that's just going to undo it. And I'm going to change it to snow 18, and then let's have a look. Just bear in mind that if you don't have snow melt set to false in world guard, then this will just melt on its own. For some reason it hasn't snowed again. There we go.
Okay, so if you when you're happy with your snow on the top, then we need to add some other decorations such as trees and grass and all that. So this is where the tree tool comes in. So for this you just need to have the stick selected, you need to just type /tree. Now whenever you right click on grass or dirt, you're going to get a tree. Actually, I'll put my thing to fancy because it looks nicer. Okay, and also with grass, all you have to do is get bone meal. No, not that. Bone meal.
Okay, something about the trees and all the decoration is you don't want to make it really even. You want lots of trees in some areas and not many in others, and that's going to make it look nice and natural. And you know, all the flat areas probably the best places to do the dense trees, and then occasionally on blocks where there's just like one random block, and also as you go up the tree, make the amount of trees more sparse, and it's just going to look very nice. One thing to point out is that trees won't grow on snow due to a bug, so all you have to do is smash the snow underneath and it will work. Sometimes it will say a tree can't go there, and that's because it can't go there, so it's just your placement, it's nothing that's broke. Okay, so now we're pretty happy with our tree placement. So all we're going to do now is go around the mountain and put bone meal everywhere, and also spread torches fairly evenly so that it looks nice in the night time. Hopefully we'll get the torch done by night so that you can see what it looks like when we're done.
Just an optional piece of decoration. You can add kind of rivers to the mountain. So all you have to do is get your water. You can use a bucket, I'm just using this, and just place it down and let it flow. But look at how stupid how it looks when it gets really wide.
Aren't you? This one's gone alright.
Yes, actually. Oh, this is going
Not
wide.
down here, it's not. It's getting a bit out of hand.
Yes, so what we're going to do is...
Actually, I think that one's quite nice. We'll use a different one as an example.
Still looks too wide here though, I think.
I think the tree covers it up a bit. You can always just add an extra tree in it, like... Oh, of course, a tree can't go there. 1 second. You're in the way.
I'll just put it in that gap.
No, I was gonna... There. There we go. So really it's just a matter of making it look okay, because you can just hide it with trees and stuff, but if it isn't going the way you want, you are going to have to control the water. So if you follow me here, I'm sure I'll find an example this time where you're just kind of lucky where the water went that side. Do you TP to me?
Yeah, I tried to TP and I just put /map, so when I was pressing tab it doesn't. But now...
Right.
Yeah, right, nice.
Right. Okay, so we're going to try water here, and I'm hoping it goes wrong so we can show you what you can do to put it right. Yeah, right, that's what can happen. So you're really just going to have to use your own common sense and block the water from where it's going and destroy the box afterwards. Well, this is a particularly annoying one. Any water that's still connected is just going to make it keep going, so... Alright, okay.
Oh no.
Right, that's alright. Oh, what's it doing? You can use... you can add blocks like that, and the water's now going to go down there rather than... And you can't really see it, but the water's just going to go down there rather than flow down there now, so it's quite nice to just... And now it's only going to flow in this direction. We'll do the same down here. It's gone ridiculous down here.
Yeah, so look, just
Actually,
here, all we have to do is that, and we can stop it.
Yep. But you can see it's flowing from here as well, so you're going to have to block that off while it or goes back down. And after it's gone back down, we can just release that part of the water again. If you want to speed it up, you can use the world edit command //drain and then use about 20, and it's going to get rid of any water that you're near, and then you can just release it. So that's going to speed it up loads if you're trying to do this. So we're probably going to have to do this a few times.
So we don't want this on the side of the tree, do we?
I think it will look better on that side of the tree. So if you block it off here, and actually what we can do is put that block there, same as last time. You see it's going down rather than out and out. You're going to have to do it all 3 sides. So it's going down here rather than going around now.
We still need to reset this.
Yeah, if you just reset it and you just go in here and type the command //drain space 20, it's going to do it, and then you can just release it again. Oh well, look at that.
How's that even?
That's right. We can just
get a hole here.
Do that. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that looks nice now. Yeah.
That's look at right. Spreading that again here. Oh, this has been a very, very awkward one. So again, we're just going to show you each time because there's lots of little tricks we might not mention, but you can see us using. So again, I'm just using the //drain command. I was going to reset it back.
Alright everyone, so sorry about that, it just got off because of file sizes and fraps, but this is the finished product. I'm just going to do a nice panoramic of the mountain. So if you enjoyed this video and it helped you out for your server, if you're building a mountain or a custom map or whatever, then remember to like the video and also subscribe to my channel because we've got lots of Minecraft videos, let's plays and funny moments, stuff like that. Comment with any questions or anything you want to see us build next time, and I'll see you guys next time.